Morning everybody, it's another cold Sunday morning. We're back on the road to go enduroing. But just a bit of an update on what's been going on. Last Sunday, we were at Lincolnshire. Sorry about the rattles in the background, by the way. Yeah, last Sunday we were at Lincolnshire and we managed a 10th place in the over 50s class. Now there was 33 of us in the field and I was quite happy with 10th, really happy with that, considering the top boys, they got 9 laps in and I got 8 laps in. So really pleased and nice to sort of go to one of those events and just try and improve on speed a little bit. So a good race there, really like that. Midweek, what's been going on? Well, a bit of an update on my dad. He's hopefully coming home tomorrow, going back home, and he's got a care plan which he had before, which is he's getting visited 4 times a day by carers. In terms of his condition, they managed to stop the bleeding. They don't know where the bleeding was coming from. It's obviously it's internal, but he's too frail to do any exploratory surgery or an endoscopy type procedure. Said he was too much of a risk. So that's my dad's situation. Last Friday, a couple of days ago, we were doing some testing on the Shercos. Went down to Blower's Farm near Borough Bridge, and we had the shop bike around the track. James Jackson was doing some testing on the bike. We were getting there, looking at the jetting. What's these indicators doing? Yeah, we're testing the new Sherco, the Factory 300, getting the jetting sorted out. We also had Will and Joe Westgarth down there. They've got Shercos as well now this year, and their bikes were pretty much spot on straight out of the box, to be fair. I think with the suspension just needs dialing in a little bit. They say that with the KYB stuff, you need to bed it in for a few hours before you start doing anything with it. But I think overall, with the bikes being pretty much straight out of the box, they were fairly happy, or very happy to be fair. Will were riding around like a demon on his. Yeah, they both seem really happy on the setup of the bikes. So hopefully, come sort of June, July, we'll have the first sort of official delivery batch of Shercos coming through. So that's the Shercos. What we're doing today, well, we're going to Helmsley today for some extreme enduro practice, or hard enduro practice. We've got extreme Ravines in a couple of weeks' time now, the 2nd of May. And I've entered that event, so at the moment it's trying to get as much riding as possible. So I thought this would be the last opportunity to get to Helmsley and do some practice up there before the event. Next Wednesday I'm going to Tongue to do some training. The following weekend I'm going to be doing some riding at home, just on my own track. And then we might get a ride in sort of midweek before Ravines. It's one of those, we might have to see how it goes. But other than that, I'm just trying to go out every other day running, like doing a 10k run or interval training. I actually did a 5k on Friday morning. So I was quite happy with that. Just start with a 30-minute dead 5k run. So yeah, just trying to get the fitness going and build it up for extreme Ravines. So let's get to Helmsley and see what's going on. The bike. We've got the most important thing, and that is the porridge. That's where the keeper's going today. It's got about another half an hour yet, so let's go. Well, there we are, the bands are turning up. It's a convoy. So, what's going on? Well, we've arrived at Helmsley, we've signed on. Let's get the porridge sorted out first of all. And then we've got a little bit of a job to do on the bike. With all the things that have been going on this week with my dad and everything else, I've just forgotten to change the gearing, so I need to change the front sprocket on the bike. Last week I was running 13:48. This week at Helmsley for the practice I'm going to run 12:48. With the 12 sprocket on the front, it's just going to make things a little bit easier on some of those sort of steeper sections, and probably I'll have a more usable second and third gear. So we'll get some porridge sorted out, and then we'll get the front sprocket sorted out, and then we'll get going. Got boat with his mate on some sort of trials bike. I've been up here for ages. Feel my way around again. Proper wood sections there. We're getting warmed up.
we get down this bank? No problem.
So it's that time again, we're back on the sausage sandwiches, the brown sauce. Oh, what can I say about Helmsley? I've forgotten how hard it is to ride around here. It really is. I mean, no disrespect to the race last week at Lincolnshire. A good race, nice flowing track. But this is a different ball game altogether. It's Helmsley. It's really rough in places. The single track, the deep ruts in places. You've got to really watch your feet. You can catch your feet on tree stumps. There's lots of fallen debris from the trees, bits of logs, branches, what are sticking up. It can really catch you out. And when you're riding over some of them at times, it feels like, especially your front wheel, because all those sort of loose bits of twigs, your front wheel's rolling from sort of side to side because the branches are sort of rolling underneath your tyres. So you really got to be careful when you're riding around. It's not the sort of place you can, well, personally, it's not the sort of place I can rip around very fast at all. But I can get round with not too much trouble. But there, I mean, there was some fast guys there today riding around, and some girls as well, fast girls. But for me, it's just all about keeping going. To be fair, that's all I want to do. Keep the wheels turning and get through the hard sections. Now, when I got here, I went out with followed Scott Booth and his friend for a while, just to sort of get warmed up, and then I went into the harder sort of extreme section where there's trees to get over and some it's the dark ravine we call it, and some, it's not a massive area, but it's going to be in the main event on the 2nd of May, so it was nice to sort of have a look at that. And the biggest tree to get across, the tree trunk, was quite difficult, and there was, for me, there was one line, and it was like a diagonal line up to it, hitting a tree stump which is at the bottom of the laid tree, the log as it is, and trying to get, just hopping over. And I got over successfully 4 times whilst doing 6 or 7 loops, whichever, and then 3 times I failed it. I'm absolutely knackered now. I've been over it about 6 times. I've cleaned it 3 times. Over that corner. I'm going to go back down. Just getting the right drive. It's not every day you can get to do that type of riding, and by the end of it I was getting quite tired, so I then sort of went back on to doing some of the XC sort of enduro loops, and they're not easy. They are quite hard in places, like really rough, rutted, whoopy, a lot of whoopy sections, lots of close trees, again those stumps stuck up, so you sort of think those things you've got to be careful of when you're riding here. It's dry at the moment, it really is dry, and if it had been wet, it would have been an absolute nightmare. Some of those roots on the corners in that single track, if you're hitting them when it's wet, it's just like you're just pinging all over the place, sliding around, and you can quite easily lose it. But overall, I enjoyed today. Really good. Nice to have a bit of a shakedown up here, and I might feel it a little bit tomorrow. Last week I felt pretty good on the days after the Lincolnshire Enduro race. No problem at all. Today I've had a bit more of a beating up. So tomorrow and Tuesday I might feel it, I don't know. But on Wednesday I'm riding again at Tong. So I'm hoping to have a bit more of a shakedown and ride some sort of similar terrain to what's here. But that's it from me at the moment. I'll see you on Wednesday. Stay tuned, Hard Enduro and Adventure Media at Eurotech. See you soon.